Don't take financial advice from gamers.
That's about that's the summary of the last episode we did.
That's the summary of like all of the last of the 2020s.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, welcome back to the Broadboys podcast. I'm Cade. This is Micah. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking about game markets. Last episode was perfectly timed because we talk about the CSGO knife markets, and then they crashed the next day.
Legitimately the next day.
And we didn't even do research or think about that. It just came up and then it crashed the next day. So maybe, we got to look into ourselves to think a little bit there. So we were going to talk about game markets, going to talk about like there's too many games out there. And Steam might have a solution for finding your next big kick for the year. And, there's a couple pitches that we got going on, a couple other discussions. Stay tuned for the whole episode. You might even hear a little secret conversation at the end. Shoot. Game markets. So we got to talk about the CSGO knife crash.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this is a couple weeks old because it literally happened right after
we recorded.
We recorded our last episode. So we got to explain what actually happened. So in case you haven't heard, people play CSGO.
Yeah.
In case you haven't heard, it's a tactical shooter, as we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
And it's very popular.
It's like the top 10 games on the planet.
Yeah, around the whole world. It's a very popular game internationally as well. And their skins, cosmetics. They don't add anything to your game, but make your weapon look cool, which people like.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get it?
Randomly or by loot boxes.
Yes, what you buy keys.
You buy keys
and the crates, if I remember right.
And you get a ton of crates just by playing.
Yeah, and so you buy your crate, you buy your key, you spin it, you get an item. There's rarities to the items, common, rare, so on and so forth until
something.
What's the yellow tier called?
That one is, I can't remember.
Legendary, mythical,
something. You get a knife or a glove.
Exactly, a knife or a glove. The most coveted item.
Yes,
most coveted item. And so people who got these items sold them. To other people. Through mainly third-party sites.
Mainly third-party because you can't cash out on Steam.
Yeah, exactly.
Plenty of people would still sell on Steam to sell their skins, to buy other skins or Steam games or whatever. It's just easier. But if you want to cash out, you sell it on a third-party site.
Yeah, and so the price for many years now has always been up and to the right.
Oh, yeah.
For all of these items.
Yeah, because the game keeps growing, but the number of skins is fairly set.
Yeah.
Scarcity.
And it's super rare. It is really rare to get one of these yellow knives or gloves.
Like the worst knife on the market would occasionally be $80. Otherwise, it'd be over $100.
Yeah, and that's the worst one.
The
one that people want the least.
Yep.
So, I mean, just years and years of rising like bidders for people who want these skins or people who want to buy them so that way they'll flip them later.
Yep.
And we saw a lot of that. A lot of people believing that the value was going to keep rising.
Yep.
Now, Steam made an update, or Valve made an update.
Yep.
To CSGO 2.
Yep.
The day after we recorded.
Yep.
Where they added a new feature. Now in CSGO, if you have 10 of a certain rarity, like say you have 10 commons, you can craft that into a rare. The next tier up.
Yep. It goes up one tier, trade-ins.
Yep. You get a single item of the next tier. So you could do that all the way up to the tier right before the yellows.
Yes.
Which were the reds.
Yep.
Reds. So if you got a red, you were sad. If you got yellow, you were pogging, right? You could sell your reds. You would sell many reds for very low price because they were useless and no one wanted them.
Yeah, they were like reds have been hit or miss for a long time. There's like crap red skins, and then there's really pogging awesome red skins. And all the super awesome red skins were just as valuable as the knives and everything else. Then the crap ones were like maybe $8.
Yeah.
And you
couldn't do anything with them. They clogged up your inventory.
Yep.
Well, in the recent update, it wasn't even included in the main patch notes. They added an ability with however many reds. I think it's 5.
You can turn in 5 of them.
5 reds gets you a yellow.
Yep.
Which immediately took out $2 billion in the CSGO market.
That was day one.
Day one.
There is some caveats and clarifications in the last couple weeks. Specifically, the market has bounced back. Not as much. Obviously, as a collector, if you collected knives, you are very, very sad.
If you put your life savings into CSGO skins, you are very not happy.
However, as a gamer, This is a good thing.
Oh yeah, you can finally get that yellow you want.
Exactly.
You're hoarding reds for years, chasing after that one skin you really wanted, never able to buy it because people are pricing it way too high.
Oh yeah.
And now you can just craft it. Well, for a chance, right?
And I mean, here's where things are, right? This was a really clever play by Valve. The biggest thing they wanted was to essentially flatten out the market a bit. And it really did, because the price of these like rarer items, the reds, but no one actually wanted, all of a sudden shot up because you could turn them into knives, right? But then the knife market came down. It's still high, right? Like as for like game markets go, it is still high.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That being said, it's significantly more affordable.
Yeah.
And you can just go buy reds or buy a whole bunch of crap guns and bring them up to a knife. And essentially what this has done is it's leveled out the entire skin market, because even the cheapest skins are now worth more, while the most expensive ones are worth a little bit less. Overall, a huge win.
Oh yeah, huge win for the common man.
Yeah,
for sure.
And at the end of the day, right, all it does is a lot of skins that no one really likes, they get off the market.
Boom.
And then more skins that people do like are on the market, which also reduces the overall price of those skins.
Yeah, my perspective, or this is my theory crafting, is I think Valve and Steam, or Valve, because they own Steam.
Yeah.
Valve wanted to kind of cut out the third-party sites piece out of it, because, you know, I don't remember what the third-party sites would get out of it, but people would use those sites to actually cash out, and so they were like, you know, they were mainly used. But even in the update before this recent one, there wasn't, or, you know, maybe even a bit before that, there was like a new like shop added and stuff like that. So they've been slowly adding, I think, these new ways to get skins and to sell them and stuff like that in preparation for this.
And I think honestly it's good. And this, we can start diving into like game markets in their entirety here. Yeah. I think that it is very nice to have a game where you actually own the cosmetics you purchased, right? Okay. You can trade them, get rid of them, whatever, and Valve gets a take of that. They actually make a ton of money, right? Yeah. I think it's 3% off every transaction or something.
Pretty insane.
Yeah.
If you think about how many skins are being sold.
Exactly. You know, 3 cents on every dollar is kind of wild.
On a game that, like, you know, it's free. Yeah. So it's like they, you know.
Wasn't always free. Let's clarify that.
But it's free now.
Free with CS2, yeah. Because I think a big gripe with like Valorant is their price. Like, if you don't have a skin, like, what are you? Like, the base guns are kind of just ugly, whatever. But then
you gotta spend so much money.
But it's so expensive.
Spend so much money.
It's so expensive. Like $30 for a minimum pack, or you could get like one gun or whatever. And then you also have to pay for the credits that you can improve the like graphics and visuals of your guns, or like different chromas for your firearms. It's so predatory. I mean, it's fine. Everyone does it.
It's the world we live in.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same market that like Fortnite has, that any game with microtransaction has. The benefit with Steam is like, well, I can sell it, right? I'm done playing the game. I can offload my market and buy a new game. And Valve doesn't care, because you bought the skin and they're going to take 3% off your entire sale at the end of it, right? And it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah. I'm still highly on the approval for actual game markets.
I am very much against, you know, and I'm trying to remember what I said last time to remove any redundancy, but I don't. So I'm just going to say, like, I just don't think it's good to, like, open or to have a... Okay, the thing is about people is that if they want to do it, they'll do it. You know, there's tons of other game markets. You know, even Fortnite, you know, they would have markets for, like, you know, if you had Renegade Raider, I think that was a meme a bit ago, or Skull Trooper, or like, I'm trying to remember these old skins, but it's tough. But like, you could sell accounts that had those skins for a large price as well. I believe Rocket League has something similar as well.
Yeah, because there are items that you can only get by like opening it, but they're non-tradable once you've opened it.
Yep. So I mean, people will find a way, no matter, you know, what you do. But I think having it integrated makes it a lot more accessible to a lot of different people, including
accessible is one thing, but I also think it's safer than account buying, right?
I mean, yeah, sure, it's safer,
Well,
but I don't think it's good.
No, I know, but like goodness, Riot wants to crack down on botting, but I don't think they're ever truly going to because it artificially inflates player counts so high. And it really only affects the lower ranks because people bought to like get an account leveled up enough so someone can buy it to just play ranked, right? You can hop into rank on a Smurf account.
Yeah.
That you just bought for like $12.
Yeah.
So one, Riot doesn't see any of that money, but two, they're not incentivized to fix it because it's player numbers, right? You get 100,000 bots on any given time, you're pumping your numbers.
Yeah. I think maybe it comes down to, you're not going to be able to stop anything. But I wish that there was more like communication and language around like, hey, don't use this as an investment tool, because that is how it's seen by a lot of people, and no one,
that's completely fair.
No one's fighting against that message though.
That's completely fair. I would counter that and say this has been a major issue specifically since like 2022 or whatever with GameStop. It's like even the actual investment tool in our country, the stock market, is seen as a game now.
Yes.
By like the generation.
Yeah.
And so does that, disvalue or discredit the benefits that having a game market has? Personally, I find it less predatory than like what Fortnite did, and even Fortnite got a lawsuit for it.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And the value of all those things, went down for. I mean, they had a couple different events that happened that caused those prices for different accounts.
Yeah, absolutely
to change.
I mean, I think the biggest downside of any game market is that it is solely controlled by the whims of the game owner, right? Like Fortnite, like in a real investment market. If I invest in a company, right, they get sued, the stock goes down, whatever, but I can invest in the overall market, and that's not going to super matter. In a game market, whatever happens to Valve is going to affect that.
Yeah,
Valve can completely change the market in its entirety, but frankly, I don't think they care because they make more money from people buying than holding. And so for them, it's a great deal. For us as gamers, it's a great deal. And for someone who's like, you can justify purchasing $300 worth of skins for your account because you can turn around and sell it. As long as you're not butthurt that you might not sell it for what you bought it for, right? You still know you're going to get something back out of it. And so you can look at it as it's a $300, don't say investment, but your $300 investment into how you look, right, in game. And then you can say, well, even if I only get $80 back, it still meant that was a $220 purchase at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I think this mindset and approach you're taking it is like not what 99% of people do, and I think Valve knows that, and they kind of want to keep pushing the way that people are already doing it, but just in their own markets.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they were wanting to push people to do that, they would continue propping up the high end side. Instead, they're flattening that.
They're flattening it for now.
Well,
can only go up, right?
They've never really done anything to push it up higher. I mean, the only thing you could argue they did is when they added gloves to the yellows as well, because then knives technically became more rare in box because they were a chance between knife and whatever. But I don't know. I like what Valve did. I'm not upset by it. Because one, my skins are a lot more valuable now because I didn't have any knives in my account. I have one skin that was like $22 that is now worth over $60. I'm thinking I should just sell it, but it's also a nice skin, and I kind of still play the game sometimes. And
can you remind me that all this just goes to your Steam wallet, right?
Yeah, it just goes to my Steam wallet. But that's almost a AAA game these days.
almost a AAA game, or like 3 different indie games.
Exactly. I could buy 3 Silk Songs.
Yeah, which comes out like every day. It feels now.
Well, have you seen? Oh, a tangent. Have you seen RV there yet?
Yes, I have. It's got a lot of peak UI going on.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty directly it's not a knockoff because it's got its own unique
it's
take.
got its own stuff going on.
Heavily inspired by Peak. How about that?
Because it went up a mountain?
I mean, the health bar looks the same.
The
Status symbols look the same.
You can say some UI elements look very similar, and I agree. But I've seen people play the game. I wouldn't call it a peak knockoff at all.
I didn't say knockoff. Heavily inspired.
I wouldn't even say it's heavily inspired.
You don't think someone looked at Peak and said, "What if we did that with an RV?"
That's how fast do you think they made that game? I guess.
I think they did it right after Peak came out.
You think so?
I think so.
I would be very surprised if that's the case.
I would like to look because I would almost put money on that these are Unity assets that they spiced up a little bit and then put it all together and said, people love jank. Let's get it out the door.
Hey, honestly, good strategy. It kind of worked for them.
Yeah, I know.
And hey, you can smoke a cigarette in that one.
It's true. It's true. And have a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Peak doesn't have that.
It's true. Peak doesn't have that.
You can't crack open a cold one with the boys
in an RV getting attacked by a bear going up a hill.
Exactly. See, that's fun. That's fun.
It's friend slop.
Yeah, there we go again.
Yep.
But there's a lot of friend slop games right now.
Of course there
Which is,
are,
I think that's a sign of the times, people.
I want to be with friends.
I want to be with friends too.
Friend slop's always going to exist. I will like to say friend slop's getting better.
I have yet to see a friend slop game with the kind of progression I like. I don't think there's any progression in a friend slop game.
Oh, I really like Peak. I don't know.
Progression? What progression is in Peak?
Why, my sash. I get all my
your achievements.
Yeah, I get all my little achievements on it.
Yeah, I'm talking about I don't know. I think
it's hard to put that type of progression in a friend slop game because what you don't want to have happen is one friend miss a session, come back, and they're like, I am so far behind, and then not play.
No, but there are many games that have fixed that problem and done other stuff. It depends on how you build it. But I even played Repo last night. Repo had a big update, and so I played it, and it had been a long time since I'd played a friend slop game. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I played Repo a while ago.
They just did a big update, a lot of new monsters.
Ooh.
It was fun, even though I died a lot.
Ooh.
But I feel like nowadays there's just so many games coming out on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steam obviously knows this too. Have you seen the new Steam update?
Yeah, it was on my home screen. Of course, I saw it.
Yeah, but have you taken a look at your personalized calendar?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, this was kind of blowing my mind. Mm-hmm. So we've talked so many episodes in a row about how many games are coming out.
Yep.
Not even just good AAA games and game of the year contender, quote unquote, games, but indies have been absolutely popping off. It's so hard to keep up with all of them.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine playing every single game that I've actually wanted to play.
Yeah.
And I think Steam, seeing where the indie space is going, which is kind of this bombardment of, it's going to feel overwhelming and it's going to turn people off eventually. I think that's why they're pushing into this calendar. So for people that don't know, Steam, place you buy games, what they now have is a personalized calendar where it looks at games that you've wish listed, and then it shows you, hey, here are the games that came out in the last 30 days that based on your wish list and library we think you'd like.
Yep.
And then here's what's coming up.
Yeah.
Because the launch of a game, I think, has you're a lot more likely to buy a game if it came out that day or this week versus if it came out last month. So they're doing that. I looked at mine and I added 4 new games to my wish list. It was pretty crazy. They did I don't know if there's any AI element to it. I always got to ask nowadays because this might be their AI, stockholder, boost thing or whatever. But I think it was a good product. And it makes me think all the other storefronts kind of suck.
They do. They're so bad. Yeah. Every other one's so bad.
Even outside of PC, all the console storefronts, PlayStation is probably the best one in my opinion, but all the other console storefronts also just suck.
They completely suck.
And it's crazy to see Steam kind of be I see that. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. This is a problem that's happening, and this is how they're addressing it by presenting it in this way that'll make it more appealing to people.
Yeah, Steam knows what they're doing.
Yeah, which is just so disappointing to see. No one else knows what they're doing, and all they're doing is playing buddy with each other.
Well, I know all the other ones have very similar UI elements that are also bad. Bro, I have a couple games that like I got for free on Epic, and I've just decided I'm just not going to play them on Epic because it's so bad. I can't navigate to my library and like search for like other games. It sucks.
It's crazy. They give out 2 games like every week or something like that for free.
I know.
And people still don't want to use their launcher.
I know.
You know,
it's so bad.
At which point do you stop throwing money at the the publishers and the games and look at your UI UX team?
I can't imagine how much money they have lost. Because I'm thinking like my account is like $400 of free games.
Oh yeah.
And I don't play a single one of them.
Nope. Maybe just in case I ever want to touch one of those games.
But then again, I'm just like, I'm going to buy it on a different website.
Yeah, or buy it
put it on Steam.
Or put it on Steam. Yeah.
Or I'll download it on Epic Games, take the launcher, and then make a shortcut for it in Steam so I can launch it from Steam. Because I do not want to open Epic Games.
No, not at all.
Ever.
It's crazy. It's so like again, it's just kind of frustrating because I mean, Steam's basically a monopoly, but they're a monopoly. Like they're the only monopoly that I personally believe is not caused by like.
They're certainly not trying to price anyone out.
No, it's literally just they have a better product than everyone else.
Yeah, it's a monopoly by virtue of everyone else is too stupid to compete.
Yeah, and I'm surprised with Xbox going the way that they're going, and Epic, being in this space for how long? With their launcher,
12
that they haven't figured it out.
I know.
It's
years,
nuts.
and I swear the UI has not been updated.
Yeah, the Epic launcher.
Yeah,
no, I don't think it has. So it's just, I mean, the most I've seen people use it is to play like Alan Wake 2 because I'm pretty sure it wasn't on Steam.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Good for you, Epic. But yeah, but I mean, Steam's making all these like changes. Like I love the way the new updates laid out. With the wish list just as a main tab.
I'm so excited for the winter sale.
Yeah.
Are they going to do a fall sale this year? I didn't see if they had an announcement.
I thought their fall sale was better than their summer sale.
Have they done a fall sale?
They already did it.
Damn,
you totally missed it.
I definitely bought a game. I don't remember what it was, but I definitely bought a game. You're right. Frankly, I don't remember there being a summer sale.
It was pretty bad, in my opinion.
I want them. Was there an event? Did they do an event for points or anything?
Or maybe I'm sure they did if it was a fall event.
I don't remember.
The fall Steam sale already happened. The Next Fest already happened.
Next Fest was great.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard. There's so many games,
and they do such a good job. Also, I mean, talking about new games, right? There are 2 that have just come out recently that are like both in their own right unique and interesting. So the first I want to talk about is Dispatch.
Okay, yeah.
And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I'm so happy that someone is trying the Telltale formula again.
My friend said it was a Gooner game.
What? So everything I have seen has not indicated that it's a Gooner game.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. But the impression they got from all the shorts they were seeing was like, I mentioned it, and they're like, "Isn't that the Gooner game?"
I'm going to put this out. I'm going to throw it out on a limb. I think the rest of his shorts must be Gooner-esque as well, because that is not the type of content I'm being served from it.
Okay, yeah. It looks. I like Telltale games.
I do too.
I think. I'm surprised there hasn't been more of it because I feel like it's a very like. How do I want to say this? It's not as. There's not as many resources or different types of talent you would need to make a Telltale game. Yeah. Versus a like an action RPG or something like that. Yeah. So I'm surprised it's been a while. I'm trying to think of the last one that really was even popular.
I'm blanking on the name. Life is Strange, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the Life is Strange 2 or I mean the big one for me is like Until Dawn, Telltale Batman. Wolf Among Us, like, Walking Dead. I'm trying to think of like any.
Those are like old.
I'm trying to make them spark an idea, but I literally think that it's been a dead genre for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean the last one I played was the Telltale one that was team up with Game of Thrones. But that also long time ago.
Yeah. Back when you could sell Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, wild, but it looks great.
yeah.
Ton of high quality talent. Sold really, really well. And also like partnerships with big streamers and stuff. I know Moist Critical is a character in it.
Oh, that's funny. Jacksepticeye's in it too,
yep.
right? Yeah.
And then a bunch of voice actors that I like Laura Bailey and a couple others are in it. Supposedly the gameplay loop is pretty fun too. I think there's something like 16
It's more like
routes.
A strategy.
Yeah.
Because you're dispatching the heroes to different emergencies.
Yep. And they're out, and the outcomes of like how you did that affect how you're treated later.
I like that. I like a twist.
Yeah. And I could be wrong. I think there's 16 story paths.
Couldn't tell you.
Obviously, those branch out into something
wow.
bigger, but
not as many as Baldur's Gate.
No, definitely not as many as Baldur's Gate. Did you ever finish Baldur's Gate?
No.
Okay.
I was 100%ing the game, and I got midway through Act 2.
Have you been to Act 3?
Almost at the end of Act 2.
Have you ever been to Act 3?
No, never.
Oh.
And I heard that's when the game gets big. So.
Act 3 is massive. Like, if you think Act 1 and 2 is big, Act 3 is...
So I'm never getting around to it.
Hey everyone, Editing Cade here with a legendary appearance. Just want to let you know our mixer blew up and you're going to have to deal with some enhanced camera audio. So, good luck.
What was the other game you wanted to talk about?
The other game I wanted to talk about was Arc Raiders.
Oh, yeah. So I think, before we even get into it, I think the game's a psyop. I don't think that game actually exists. I've never seen anyone talk about it ever. Except for, apparently it's number 6 on Steam with 235,000 players.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I don't...
Which one of you are playing Arc Raiders?
I don't know. I have not seen a reel for it. I have not seen anyone I know play it. I have not seen anyone I watch on YouTube play it. And I feel like an extraction shooter would be something that's in my realm. Like, I played Tarkov.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super blanking on the other extraction. But I play Tarkov, so I feel like I'd get this.
Yeah, I mean, well, you missed the boat. It already launched.
I know. And to resounding success, apparently.
I don't even know who made it.
No, I know nothing about the game other than I saw it pop up on my Steam page, and I had no clue what it was. I didn't have a second thought about it until I'm looking at like Steam charts, and it's like, it's number 6 right now. It's up there with the likes of CS2 and Dota.
It was made by Embark, which features developers who have worked on Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront.
It's got that feel.
I don't know. I've never seen a single visual for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a third person
Too many games.
extraction shooter.
Too many games.
It's just one of those years, you know? Like last year, there wasn't enough games to play. Like I was playing old games last year. Like, what is up with this year? I can't keep up.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I know.
And I'm very sad, but I've put like 70 some hours in it and I haven't finished it.
Yeah, oops. I'm not on my Vampire Survivors going personally, so that's not going well for me.
Yeah, I've been playing other games, which I don't know. Do we want to jump into pitch of the week yet?
Yeah, sure, let's do it. Pitch of the week.
Okay. So, this is directly into like I have not touched a single other game except I played one session of Battlefield 6 with my brother. But otherwise, since the last time we recorded, I've played one game and one game only, and it is a little known game called Vintage Story. Okay.
Yep. It sounds like you made it up.
So the lore behind Vintage Story,
Okay.
is the devs were trying to make a Minecraft mod pack, and they were finding that they just couldn't make what they wanted with the Java code.
Yep.
And so they're like, our idea is big enough. We're just going to make our own game.
Okay.
And so right away, right, you might look at it and think, oh, this is just Minecraft, right?
Vintage Story.
Yep. Right away you might think it's just Minecraft. It's got blocks, that sort of deal. So graphically similar-esque. I think it looks very different, but it's blocks, right? So immediately you're like, oh, it's Minecraft. And you think to yourself, I'm going to go punch a tree. Well, you can't punch a tree. So this is where the game's a little unique. Its focus is heavily into realism. So like
You're saying this doesn't look like Minecraft?
it's a block game.
heavily inspired by Minecraft.
Heavily,
But once
but you know, this isn't heavily inspired like RV there yet, or it's heavily inspired by Peak. Okay, buddy, this is like
When
this
you-
could be a mod pack.
well, until you play it,
Yeah,
when you realize it's very, very different, like fundamentally different.
which is great.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and sell it to you quick.
Go
right?
for it.
So the progression system focuses a lot more on realism. So you have different food types for satiation, all those types of things. That's fun. Great. Almost every animal will attack you or run really fast if you fight it. Nothing's easy in this game. So your first tools are going to be flint tools, because you gotta pick up flint, you gotta nap them. So you put it down and you break them voxel by voxel to make your tool.
Yeah.
It's great. And the entire game is voxel based.
Okay.
So you can chisel blocks.
Can you explain what a voxel is?
Yes. So every block, right? You think Minecraft, there's blocks. Every block is made up of a whole bunch of little smaller blocks, right? And it goes all the way down to make the block, I think it's like 1,660 by 1,660 individual blocks you can break on every single block. So super dope. It's called chiseling. You have to build a chisel and a hammer, and you can break down blocks into all these sorts of shapes. So
when you make your hammer, does it become like your own unique hammer? And like, I don't know. It's like,
No,
that's
so-
what I'm thinking. I don't know.
no, so the progression, it's pretty difficult. There's also seasons in the game.
Yeah.
And they're long. But the base game is there's 9 in-game days per month, right? Full 12 calendar year. Seasons do their normal thing. But animals also are affected by the season. So if you're in an area with a ton of berry bushes, the animals actually eat the berries and they become fatter, and you get more meat and more animal fat off of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then so regardless, the game focuses a lot on realism, a lot on survival. You have to farm quite a bit, and stuff takes a long time to grow. So like you cut down a tree, you can get some seeds and you replant them. The tree is going to take like 12 in-game days to grow back.
Okay.
Okay. And then your farm, right? It might take 2 months for your crops to grow. So like 18 in-game days.
Yeah. How long's a day again?
A day. So you can sleep through the nights with your beds. But most of the time you don't, because there are things that you want to do at night still. So a full day, I think we have it currently set at 45 minutes per day.
Set. So you can set it.
The default's like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So
2 months.
yes, the game also procedurally generated, like Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
But there are like climate zones. So if you go to the north, right, you'll eventually get into the North Pole. It'll be really cold, and the day-night cycle will actually reflect this. So you'll have like winter suns and stuff like that. Or you can go further south to the equator, where you probably won't get very much winter. But things are really hot, and so you actually have to worry about the right crops that won't die because of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And your character can get heat stroke and get cold. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
It's kind of like do you ever play RL Craft?
it's like RL Craft, except
It's got its own systems. It's not like the
Yeah.
Minecraft formula, but with extra steps. It's
Yeah.
like its own tailored version of like
yeah,
a more realistic.
yeah. So
Okay.
the first age you get into is pottery, and you have to build a pit kiln.
Mhm.
And so you actually find clay, and then voxel by voxel you build like your items. And then you put them in a pit kiln and you burn it. It takes 18 hours to get that item out of the pit kiln. And then you want to go to the next age, which is copper, right? So you have to find copper nuggets to build yourself a pickaxe that you have to put in a forge to do first.
Mhm.
And then you melt it down, build yourself a pickaxe. You go mine the actual copper blocks. This is now the first time you can actually break stone in the game. So you've gone this far, and now you can finally break stone blocks. I will say most people can do that in about a day or two in game time.
Okay.
I'm playing it with 2 other friends. It took us an embarrassing like 8 hours.
Well, did you have a guide up? I guess you're just playing raw.
We were playing raw for
Food and the beautiful.
I will say the game has the best, I kid you not, probably the best in-game guide on how to learn the game.
Okay.
So you hit H, it pulls up your handbook.
Okay. All right. That's an aspect you're actually starting
Because
the game.
because like you can go into it and you're like, what the frick do I even do? Right? It's a really basic tutorial on how to get your first tool set, and then it tells you hit H. And then step by step it goes through the ages on these are the things you want to do. You want to look something up, you just type it up. And then
In game.
yeah, in game.
Okay.
It's not a mod.
Okay.
It's in the game, and then they have the block thing. So like JEI in Minecraft, this is just built in. You get the block, and then you pick anything up. You can just hit H on it, and it will tell you what you can craft from it or what you want. And it links it to the guide part in the book.
All right.
The whole thing.
They are Minecraft mod makers.
They are.
Look at
every little thing you hate about Minecraft is fixed here. Also, frick bees. I can't find a beehive to save my life. We are I kid you not, probably 40 some hours into this game, and we have not found a beehive. It's about to be winter.
Why do you need bees?
Well, so you see, Cade,
Oh, I shouldn't have asked.
bees are needed for a ton of things.
Yeah.
Honey, as you know, is full of sugar. It's great for preserving food.
It is.
Same with salt, which we have not found salt. Oh, yes.
That is important.
We are not prepared for winter. Winter's gonna hit, and we're gonna
How are
have.
you gonna preserve all your meat?
Unfortunately, I don't think we will. We're gonna starve. We're gonna die, and then we're gonna be sad.
What happens when you die?
Well, so fun fact: your
Your
spawn isn't based on where you sleep at night.
Yeah.
It's actually you have to loot an item called a temporal gear. Oh, did I mention?
No.
It's Lovecraftian horror as well.
Okay. So that seems important to like.
I completely forgot. The game's so cool on its own. You know, there's not skeletons and zombies and stuff. What happens is
Eldritch horror.
there's eldritch horrors that spawn.
Oh, you love
The
Eldritch.
game's in early access. There's only 3 currently, plus a boss monster because there's actually like a story and a background you can do. But what there is they open temporal rifts, and these spawn randomly around the world. Like it can just spawn in your base.
Like nether generator.
Essentially.
Fuck it.
And those spawn individually on their own. But then there's also rift activity, and this is random. It fluctuates while you're playing. And so on like calm to low activity days and nights, you can go around. It's totally fine. You might stumble across 1 or 2 monsters. But then some nights it goes to high to like active, and these rifts become you just die if you want.
You're done.
Yeah. But then there's also temporal storms that happen, which is when the rift between you and it's called the rust is the other world starts breaking down. You see these massive monsters walking in the background, and the other ones just start spawning everywhere.
Okay.
And you can't sleep through a temporal storm. You have to
You
fight through.
fight against it.
Yup.
Okay. So, good survival game is what you're saying.
It's freaking phenomenal so far, mind you. We're only in like tier 2 of 5.
Okay.
I've seen that like steel is a total pain in the butt.
Okay.
But so the game's been in so it first started development in 2016. But it was like 3 dudes doing it. The real like releases started in about 2020. And now they essentially are a team of like 7 people. And they want to keep their community small right now so that they can just keep developing the game. And then once they're at a point where they want to release it, they'll put it on Steam and
do a 1.0.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's fully functional, fully playable, very enjoyable experience, and I am super excited to see where they bring it.
Yeah.
The voxel system is insane. The fact that it doesn't tank your performance, chisel out all these things, it's so relaxing. I'll watch YouTube videos of people like chiseling things because they're like taking an oak block, right? And they're turning it into this like insanely intricate like chair, and you can actually sit on it in game. And so
It's your own creation.
Yeah, it's your own creation. Like every single thing is completely unique. Like people are building like statues of like guardsmen and stuff. So and someone built an entire like terracotta army that they have sitting outside their yard. It's so freaking cool.
That is pretty sweet. We love player expression.
Yeah, love it. It's so great. And the game is by no means dead. If you want to join a server at any given time, there's like 300-400 people playing in one of the public servers.
Yeah, I don't, because it's been weird because there's been that game, and then there's oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It starts with an N. It's called like Nasis or something like that.
Oh.
It's like this top-down Terraria,
Mhm.
Stardew Valley kind of
Yep.
hybrid, and I've almost picked it up like 5 different times, but it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
But that one also looks pretty good. It seems that there's a lot of these, I'm not gonna call them clones, heavily inspired,
Mhm.
as
Well,
you might say.
I think it's like I'm really upset with what Microsoft has done with Minecraft because it doesn't feel like they're developing a game anymore.
It's like they're doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, they're doing the bare minimum, and they just went one step further and did a thing they should have done right away, which was they're de-encrypting the base code of the game so that modders can now see everything. Because before you need a third-party tool to read the actual code to mod the game, because it was all encrypted.
Really.
Yep.
But they've actively like pushed for mods and
Yep.
I don't know.
Now, well, it feels right now because their sales have tanked quite a bit.
Yeah, because it's been 15, 16 years of Minecraft.
Yep. And so what they're
It's a non-Minecraft 2. They haven't heard
exactly yet. And so essentially what they're doing is they're saying, modders, please save our game. Because
They can make their own game.
well, now they can, because they just released the code.
No, they need to Microsoft needs to make the game.
Oh, well, they literally have just gone and said, here, read all of our code and just play with it. They just want modders to build their game for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Minecraft still.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's one of those games where, I mean, vanilla Minecraft to me is fairly boring. And I know we've talked about Minecraft in previous episodes on like player expression and building is super cool, super fun. But the fact that I can beat the game in 3 hours is like, and like beat the game, is one of those like, this is the reason I play with mods. You shouldn't have to play with mods for your game experience to be good.
That's a kind of I'm not for that opinion, but
you might think that, but you shouldn't have to play with mods.
you don't have to play with mods.
Well, I know. I find some enjoyment out of Minecraft. It's just I feel like the 1 week Minecraft phase for me is like now it's great for like 4 or 5 days. That time's like shrinking.
I mean, even with vanilla, though, you can do server stuff and all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've spent many, many hours.
I will say
Large building project.
the most popular thing in Minecraft is Minecraft RP. Still,
Like role play.
yeah. You haven't seen Minecraft Civilization?
Yes, I have.
It is one of the most watched videos of the year.
Yeah. No, I've watched it.
Just know more people watch that video than watch some big blockbuster movies that came out.
Deserved.
Probably. I mean, yeah, but
Deserved.
there's so much drama in it.
It's just crazy.
But so hold on. The reason why I got into Vintage Story is because I was watching some Minecraft roleplay videos, and it led to the thing of like the problem with Minecraft roleplay and how it has to be super stimulated by devs.
Yeah.
And that's what led to like everyone in the Minecraft RP community is talking about Vintage Story is going to be the next like RP game because it's designed around a class system, which immediately makes resources harder and scarcer, and so it stimulates trade economy.
The game is doing the stimulating versus the devs having or the admins
Exactly.
do stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And so that's actually the reason why I found Vintage Story and fell into that whole like this is such an awesome game.
That's crazy. So Minecraft Civilization got you to get off Minecraft.
Exactly, yeah. And in a very roundabout way, yeah, it definitely did.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That was awesome. Yeah. I'm also going to make a recommendation. And this isn't, I wouldn't say a pitch for a certain device or game, but I think recently there has been an app that has kind of taken over the retro handheld community, which I own a couple different retro handhelds and I keep up with it. It's called Game Hub Lite. It's an Android app that lets you play
Android
Steam games natively on your device.
Yeah.
Which means it's, you don't need to you're not streaming it. It's playing directly on your device. And with Steam cross saves, and achievements and all that. So, you know, I was thinking about buying a Steam Deck next as my next device because I was like, really, I want that high power, like, I want to play my Steam library on the go.
Yeah.
And, I game streamed, but for some games it just wasn't working. Like, I wanted something like that. And now, I'm thinking I'm going to hold off on the Steam Deck
Yeah.
because there's a lot of Android-based devices coming out with some insane processors. I'm thinking like the Snapdragon 8 Elite or whatever, which is like going to be crazy. Like you can emulate PS3 and Xbox 360 games like that. But, now, even if you're not into, all the tech stuff, basically, my pitch to you is that it might be time to start looking at if you want to either play lightweight Steam games on the go with your cross saves. A lot of older devices can do that too.
Yeah.
Or if you want to emulate games up to the PS2, GameCube, those lines of devices. Now it's like those devices are getting pretty cheap because they're also a bit old.
Yeah.
So I was seeing stuff on sale, from the official, publisher or distributor for like, we're looking around $100 for PS2 and GameCube emulation.
Yeah.
As well as light switch emulation, which is pretty insane. Think about how that translates to Steam games too. That you're looking at mainly like lightweight Steam games at that point, but, get even, $150. Will that get you $200 a year from now?
Yeah.
So maybe, look into it a bit. That'd be my recommendation.
Do you think that this movement towards gaming like this is actually going to force developers to be more conscious of optimizing their games?
See, I think we're at a point where optimization. I think, what was it, like Call of Duty just did an optimization patch that lowered their not just the file size but like their performance by like a ton.
Yeah.
So like they have the capabilities to do it when they put the resources to it. I think it's still a niche subgenre of gaming right now, but I think it's building up. It's building, especially. I'm hoping there's a movement in our society where, we get some third spaces back and people are out and about more. And in which case, I think the handheld is going to be what people want to play on, and, we're seeing even cloud gaming is getting good again.
Yeah.
GeForce Now is pretty good. There's still some issues, but in general, we're seeing cloud gaming, rest in peace Stadia, actually kind of get good. It's not mainstream yet, but if there's something that really clicks with, hits the mainstream at the right time, like people might realize like, oh, this is the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of these handhelds too can just plug into whatever device you got going on. And as wireless stuff gets lower latency too, you could just have one device you can send to your TV. You could, and play like Haze 2 or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but we're maybe like 3-4 years away from that.
Oh, I know. Well, even and I was just looking because I wanted to find the actual metrics. Windows, right? They have the built-in like native remote desktop system for the Pro systems.
Yep.
They just did a massive update for that where, so before it was essentially just a crappy like desktop to Android port to have the remote desktop. They just did a massive update in the last like couple months where it's now native. So your Windows remote desktop is native to your phone, which is, so the functionality is insane. So by default now, I can remote desktop at, it's 45 hertz, right? But that's still insane for native Windows.
And that's not even like with gaming in mind.
Yeah, so that's just to like functionally go to my PC from my phone, and I can do that at 45 frames, right? Like, I mean, I know that's not a lot, but
for what it is right now, it's like what's in the future. Like that's what I'm excited about in the gaming space.
Like this was so easy. They didn't update the program.
Yeah.
They just made it native to your device.
And all these applications, like they're going to refresh and update.
Oh yeah.
And get better and better and better.
Oh yeah.
Even like in the emulation space, Switch emulation. Nintendo went after Yuzu and it was dead for a while, but now we got new stuff and new drivers for Android devices that make it so easy to play stuff. If you're into dual screen devices,
Yep.
there's a new dual screen device that's a powerhouse. They can literally brain rot yourself. You can emulate Mario Odyssey on the top screen. You can have 4 different movies on the bottom screen, section them out. But you can play, you can just go crazy. You could do whatever,
Yeah.
if you're into that, or these devices are just getting crazy. And we're at the point where it's like, if you asked a kid in 2013, like, oh, what's the best console gonna be? It's like, oh, it's gonna be a superpowered DS, and it's gonna have all the DS games and all the 3DS games. It's that device. It's that device. It's a reality now, which is so weird.
It's genuinely just super cool, the world we're in, and I'm looking forward to how the market's going to shift because of it.
Yep. I hope that like nobody just cracks down on this.
I mean, you could see theft. I mean, so here's the deal, right? Emulation is completely illegal if you own the hard copy.
Oh yeah, I own all my emulated games.
Yep. And so that's already valid here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, they could definitely crack down on piracy for the people who don't own all of the code that they emulate.
I'm not thinking about that as much as like the Game Hub app.
Well, even some of like the handheld emulators that we're talking about, they're getting pretty transparent that they're doing it. Because I'm getting ads, right? And this is what stemmed our conversation at the start. I'm getting ads on Instagram talking about these like DS, refurbished DS, but they've been front loaded with all of the code for every DS game. You can open all of them, right?
Yep.
And it's like, that's super cool. It's not strictly legal unless they own 300,000 copies of every game that they're selling, right? I'm sure they
do.
I'm sure they own a single copy of everything to try and bypass like the law there, but
Yeah, I mean they didn't have like individual game IDs at that point, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean it wasn't online, so there's no reason to.
yeah.
So
And so it's like that is 100% a gray area right now. They could be sued. They could hold on for quite a while, but then if the government steps in and says this is a problem, then we are going to find out just how quickly emulators can be suppressed again.
oh, I'm sure. And even like Game Hub
Mm-hmm.
is a Chinese app also.
Yep.
And there have been security concerns.
Yeah.
So even if not even from a gaming perspective, from a political one, if there's like a ban on Chinese apps,
Yep. And I mean,
or if they are breaching security, trusts and all that, and they have your data, I don't know. That doesn't matter to me as much. But
we can't. Well, I mean, we can't do anything about it if it's even in a different country, let alone our own, right? So, it all stems to like who owns the internet at that point. I'm excited about all the technology. It's super cool, and so long as the government doesn't do anything stupid, it's super consumer friendly right now,
Oh yeah,
which is exactly what we want.
it's the pioneer days.
Yeah, and it's like the Wild West of handheld gaming.
Yep.
Which is so funny because that's what people thought in like the 2010s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
But now that there are the actual devices and there's so many developers that some have tapped into the emulation stuff. Like it's only going to get better from here.
Oh, yeah.
with everything. I'm hoping they stay away from like Switch 2 for as long as possible, because then the
Nintendo won't
good Nintendo, I will move on to
Yeah.
that and emulation again. But overall, it's super cool right now. There are new devices coming out in the next 6 months that are even like, with the Snapdragon Elite chips, I'm like, man, I can't wait to see what's
I mean, it's in general, it's just such a massive market right now. Like you go to a bar and you look at one of like the game stations that is in the corner. 9 times out of 10, they're emulators these days. Like no one has a traditional arcade machine anymore,
Unfortunately,
which is sad.
one of my dreams is always having an authentic arcade machine, or an authentic pinball machine.
Where it's like it just has that game on it, and just play that game.
Or it's like, if for pinball machines, like actually made of metal. Yeah, like the
A
actual
real pinball.
actually real pinball machine.
Yeah.
We 10 to 5 grand.
We should go to Can Wonderland sometime.
Is that
They have over 1,000 like genuine pinball machines. It's a like arcade, but it's specifically designed around classic games.
Oh, that's fun.
It's really cool.
Yeah, arcades are cool.
Yeah.
But now you can just have it at your house.
We should have a segment someday about my absolute disapproval of the modern arcade.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We'll need to talk about it in the next episode. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of this Broadboys episode. Let us know what you think about the markets, about emulators, about Nintendo, about
Vintage Story.
vintage.
You should play it.
about Fortnite. Let us know. Hit the bell. Hit the comment. Hit subscribe. See you later.
Bye.